kicking off today's trading day, Thursday, the 27th of January. On this note, the Nigerian market rose yesterday 1.29%. The Johannesburg Stock Exchange also climbed 2.05. Big names on the trading day. Airtel Africa in Nigeria, MTN shares climbed strongly yesterday on the GSE as well. The BRVM also climbed 34 basis points on the back of EcoBank, continuing its rally on the Ivorian market. Egyptian market softened 0.37% as we continue to see the downside on some of the big names such as Fori Bank, which shares continue to fall for the fourth trading day so far in the current week on the Egyptian market. Orascom Development shares fell yesterday, as well as Group, all on the Egyptian bourse. Then you've got the Nairobi down by 99 basis points, no thanks to Safaricom and a few other big names. Then, of course, the GSE, which went in tune with the rest of the emerging markets, just as everyone awaited yesterday's evening's decision of the US FOMC talking about interest rate hikes starting March 2022. That's a lift-off signal. Let's go to East Africa and check through the headlines. The Kenya Central Bank yesterday holds interest rate unchanged at 7.0%, just as Nigeria did at 11.5% on Tuesday. Liberty Bank of Kenya says there's higher risks claims in 2021, and that would dent its full year 2021 earnings when it comes out. There are a whole lot of risks involved. When you remember the July riots at the Gauteng and the KwaZulu-Natal region, where billions and billions of rand were lost to looting, arson, and a lot of other violence that followed the announcement of former President Jacob Zuma's been sent to prison. Then Tanzania's energy chief or minister has ordered Sanesco, which is Tanzania's energy company, to sack the entire public relations team. What could have gone wrong? Anyway, Airtel Uganda is looking at listing on the Uganda Stock Exchange no later on or before June the 30th, the deadline set following that IPO. And Merge Exchange has gotten authorities' approval on the Seychelles Islands to change its financial year from December the 31st to June 30th. That is expected to take effect from 2022. Take it down. Let's look at West Africa, where Nigeria's President Buhari's administration is caught in the crossfire with this new Petroleum Industry Act, the removal of petrol subsidy, which is now been suspended. What does that cost? The entire dislocation to Nigeria's investment scenario, including budgeting, is a whole mess right now in terms of what the fiscal appropriations will look like in 2022 with the suspension of petrol subsidies removal. How will that affect the PIA? Everything is going on between the executive and the legislative branch, as well as the Ministry of Petroleum Resources. Quite a whole lot we're reporting for you on a daily basis. In the meantime, the Nigerian Ministry of Petroleum Resources have signed a partnership with the African Energy Chamber to host the Africa Energy Week 2022 in Cape Town. That will be in October. The first edition was held last year, highly successful despite the Omicron variant in South Africa. And the Nigeria's Petroleum Regulatory Agency responsible for midstream and downstream regulatory a section of the oil industry says he's supporting LNGs in boosting domestic local cooking gas, which is called the LPG. And Ghana is losing about $1.7 million every week after the authorities slammed the closure on Magza Mining, the company whose mining equipment exploded in Ghana just about a week or two ago, causing the death of nearly 20 people. Other mining firms in Ghana have advised the government not to go ahead with the closure of Magza Mining, but that is still being considered by the government. In the meantime, the West Africa Rating Agency has assigned sovereign ratings to four of countries within the UEMOA region. That's French-speaking West African states. Let's get on to Southern Africa. ArcelorMittal, one of the world's leading mining company, he says his earnings per share will be around R6.10 for the full year 2022, and that will put a stop to 3 years drought of positive reading for ArcelorMittal. In the meantime, South Africa's tourism ministry and the One of the bank, Nedbank, has now in a collaboration to bolster tourism sector of South Africa, one of Africa's leading tourist destinations. And Telecom Authority says they are waiting further clarifications from President Ramaphosa's executive branch on the ordered inquiry of a special investigation unit by President Cyril Ramaphosa into the affairs of Telecom, which could go way back into 2026, regarding some of the acquisitions done by Telecom, management buyout, and a few other deals. Telecom told the stock exchange yesterday via the SENS, which is Stock Exchange News Service, that is collaborating with the authorities and will await further clarification, but says everything as far as corporate governance is concerned is in good shape with the telecom company. The South African authorities own about 40% shareholding in Telecom. Shell Petroleum, as I said, is made oil and gas discovery offshore well of Namibia, while Zimbabwe Stock Exchange is expecting real estate investment trust papers or managed funds to be listed on the Harare Stock Exchange this year, 2022. Come with me to North Africa, where the Egyptian Stock Exchange and the Johannesburg Stock Exchange got the highest numbers of listings, of new listings on the exchanges in 2021. And Egypt and the United States are teaming together to make a success of the Africa's COP27. It's expected to hold in June. It's the first time that a climate change high-profile event will take place on the African continent, and Egypt is hosting that this year. And the focus will be, of course, on energy financing. Egypt is looking to sell its stakes in state-owned enterprises. That's what President Al-Sisi wants to achieve. Sell off those state-owned enterprises and allow the private sector to be in the driving seat of the economy. Manager and Glencore, too, in the mining sector, says they've signed a cobalt production deal also in Egypt, while Tunisia's shipping company reporting a net loss of about 63.2 million dinars for the full year 2020. And that's about it for this morning on Frontier Opening Bell. Get Market Day up and running. You can watch this show again on our YouTube at Frontier Africa Reports. Go on our website, www.frontierafricareports.com, to read our stories and follow other stories we're following, as well as news, headlines, and across the various markets. Then on social media, we're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and of course on Twitter. I am Boason, Omofaye, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone.